To know the state of stress at the particular point, they consider this as a thick plate, and this will its thickness will be the equals to the thickness of the paper, and it will the top surface of the plane. This is my point at O, and want to know about what is the conditions of stress at the points at this point. So, if the loads are applied if there is load applied on that plate, the condition of stresses should be represented by in a manner like that. Sir, I am using that scale here to better to represent you. This is my point. The state of stresses I am going to show you. So. Let's do it. Point the state of stress at the point difficult, going to be difficult. Okay, leave that. I am drawing again. It's my this creates problem for me. So this screen is visible to you? The screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
X-axis. This is y-axis. To know to find out the different state of stress at this point O, first we need to draw an oblique plane. First, we need to draw an oblique plane normal to the plane of paper at an angle theta. At an angle theta between the x-axis and the outward normal to the oblique. So this will be the theta. This will be our theta. Okay, this will be the oblique plane which is drawn normal at this point. This is the plane which is drawn from the point O, which is drawn from the point O. This is the plane which is drawn from the point O, and we are naming this plane as x dash. X dash. Okay, this is the x, and this x dash is the normal to the plane of the paper, normal to the plane of paper at an angle theta, which is acted at an angle theta between the angle theta to the x-axis. This is our x-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the plane, the normal plane which is drawn at the plane of paper at point O at an angle theta. So So direction of the x-stress is given here. Though, so you need to know what is the state of stresses at that particular plane. This is the normal plane. This is the normal plane at the point O. So if you calculating the different stresses acting on that plane, so it will be very easy for us to calculate to know the stress at the point O. So before that, what you need to do? See, in this direction, we have sigma x, stress is sigma x, and in this direction we have sigma y. This is sigma x. This is sigma x. This is also sigma y. In this direction we have sigma y. Again, we have the shear stresses. We have the shear stresses, that is tau yx or xy, whatever it may be. Then here also the shear stress. The method of representing shear stress is, do you know or not? Either head to head or tail to tail. This is head to head. If I am showing here, this is tail to tail. This is the tail and this is the tail. Tau xy, sorry, tau xy, and this is again tau yx. So this is the state of stress, shear stresses and the stresses on the plane. This is our plane. This first square is our plane. This is a state of stresses. This is the plane stress, because here sigma z is 0. Though sigma z is 0, here it is two stresses, sigma x and sigma y. So it is a plane stress conditions. So at the plane stress condition, we have a point at the plate, that is O. We want to know about the stress levels at point O. For that, what we need to do? We draw a oblique plane. This is the oblique plane, parallel to, perpendicular to that point, and it will be at an angle theta from x-axis. So it is x dash. We are taking this as x dash. So these are the all conditions I am representing here. So if we representing these two lines are initially these are drawn, and from that I have drawn this plane. From this after that I have drawn this plane. So this plane means I have to, here we have to need to calculate the stresses at that plane, that is tau, if that is tau. And though it is the here, this is the direction, normal direction, this is the normal direction, sigma is x dash. So in that direction there will be stress, sigma x dash stress. Changing the color. This is sigma x dash in the direction. The stress is sigma x dash, the shear stress is the tau. If you resolving these stresses here, if I am resolving these stresses here now, so what will the stress conditions will be there from this point? If you see this point only, see this point only. So what will be the stress if this is my point? This is sigma x dash. This is sigma x dash. See this plane only. This is sigma x dash. So there will be the stresses here, stresses at that perpendicular to this stress. So in the x direction, I can say the shear stress is sigma x sx, and in y direction we can say that is sy, sx and sy. So on that plane there will be, this is the plane, triangular plane I am drawing here. This is the triangular plane. This, on this plane there is a stress that is called as tau. That is called as shear stress tau. So we have to calculate the stresses and the shear stresses from that plane. So I am again clearing this surface, clearing the board. So before that, for some there are some need to assume some need to do some assumptions here. That assumptions are like that. The direction cosines between x dash and x axis and y axis are LM. So you need to this this is the our figure. This is our figure. This is sigma x dash. Okay, this is theta. This is theta. And if you representing in the manner, this is sigma x dash. This angle is theta. This is sx and this is sy. Okay, so there are two assumptions. One assumption is L, and other assumption is M. Okay, what is that L and M? What is that L and M? So L is nothing. The cosine angle between the direction cosines between x and x dash. Direction cosine between x and x dash. X and x dash. Similarly, M is the direction cosine between x dash and y. That is x dash and y. This is L is for x dash and x, and this is x dash for x dash and y. Direction cosine between x dash and y. So, if you mathematically represents this x and y, sorry, L and M, how can you represent that L and M? Direction cosines. So cosine means this is the cosine angle. L is cos theta. Cosine angle, no? And direction cosines. M is sin theta. If one is cos theta, then another must be sin theta. Okay, so this is the angle, na? बुझी पारछो कि नहीं मु जानी पारने actually. This is the theta. एटा थीटा ना? ए एंगल टा जदि मु कहली, ए पोर्शन टा कोन आसीबो? cos थीटा आसीबो. एटा केते आसीबो? sin थीटा. तो एटा कहा कहा भीतर एंगल? This is x dash. Sorry. This is x dash. This is x and this is y. This direction is y. तो x और x dash भीतर एंगल केते रहला? cos थीटा. y x dash और y भीतर एंगल केते रहबो? sin थीटा. So L is the direction cosines between x and x theta, and M is the direction cosine between x dash and y. So I think this is clear. You have to clear here L and M. So next, what you do? So suppose take an area A. Take an area A. It is better for you to make a note of this class. It is better for you. Write it on your pen and write it on your notebook. So take A. What is that A? A is the area of the oblique plane. The plane which we have taken normal to the point O. That the area that the plane has the area A. So area A is the area of the oblique plane here. That A is the area of the oblique plane. And the sides of the element perpendicular to the x and y axis are, if area of the plane, oblique plane is A, that is the oblique plane we are taking. Sorry, this is not the diagram. This. So many issues are there. Why it is taking here? So again drawing it. This is the oblique plane. This is the oblique plane. Area of that oblique plane. This is our oblique plane. This one is our oblique plane. This one is our oblique plane. The area of that oblique plane is A. Area of that oblique plane is A. This is our point O. The area of that oblique plane is A. If the area of that oblique plane is A, then what is that area in that direction and in that direction? This angle is theta. So this is A L. We can say simply this is A L and this is A A. Because L is the direction cosines between x and x dash and x, and M is the direction cosines between x dash and y. So area on the perpendicular planes will be, you can write out simply x A L and ax, A L and AM. So you can say the area AL and AM. What is the notation? See this. So area A is the area of the oblique plane. Then what is that AL? The AL means the area of the element perpendicular to x-axis. Area of the element perpendicular to x-axis. AL. Area of the element perpendicular to x-axis. Then AM. Area of the element perpendicular to y-axis. Simply. So this is area A, AL, and AM. Three areas are taking. We are taking three areas. We have now three areas. So